No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not to those of the hosts. Discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smackin' Raw podcast, episode 231. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden, Matt Ritter, and I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. I'm going to introduce my guest host first. You know him. You love him. He's the hardest part of the ring and the reason for the hardest thing in my pants. His thighs were sculpted by hand by God herself. From the Apron Bump podcast, Pretty Kyle. And you know,
neighbor.
I know you hate that people call you Pretty Kyle, but I've got to say it's probably my proudest achievement that I got Pretty Kyle over. Like Warren Hayes calls you Pretty Kyle and Katie calls you Pretty Kyle. Like, I love it. And now you get to experience that joy because you just did an episode of the Apron Bump podcast with my co-host, who is now up 5-4, taking the lead in the running for the Pornhub Poppy 2023 race from the Sheeley Showcase, Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe, or as we now are going to refer to her as, Cater Tot.
I would just like to say for the record, fuck you, Vince. I'm gonna win.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I gotta mark that down too.
Fuck that guy.
A little notepad
Yep.
here.
Probably getting a foot job as we speak.
You can't see it, but it's 5-4.
Can't see it, but I trust you.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah, you know, here I'm queer.
No, I'm queer.
Well, you know, we're having a queer old
Facts.
time. Isn't that a was it Flintstones?
We'll have a gay old
Gay old
time.
time. We're having a queer old time.
Have a queer old time.
Sorry, I'm thinking of the Pornhub version. I'm thinking of the blacked version.
Yeah.
Wrestling. What happened to wrestling today, Matt?
So before we get into that,
Was it
speaking
show?
of blacked, which is not the transition I wanted to use for this, also seeing as it's Black History Month, as you guys know, Young Kings Wrestling, they have those awesome Black Lives Matter NWO style t-shirts. We always support them, and obviously nothing has changed. We still see racial injustice, we still see police brutality and police shooting. And that's why we support this cause. And that's why we ask you to go buy yourself a shirt, because not only is it an awesome shirt, but then the money is put into a fund. And then TC himself donates that money to people who are affected by racial injustice, police brutality, families of those who were lost in police shootings, for funeral costs and other things. It is no way, shape, or form affiliated with the Black Lives Matter organization, but it is in support of the Black Lives Matter cause, which we do support here. And we ask that you do too. So please go check that out. News and rumors. There's like nothing that happened this week. Like, I normally listen to Sheeley and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna steal whatever Katie wrote, because and like literally there were only two things that aren't part of the show. That Keith Lee and Mia Yim got married, which was cool. Yay. And then today Hikaru Shida talked about how the Joshi women have it hard in AEW. And then the whole internet was like, where the fuck are all you people that shat on Big Swole? And they were all quiet.
Wow. Weird.
Yeah.
It's like people just out here showing their dick that they're racist only to certain people.
I'm just waiting for Tony Khan to release Hikaru Shida and say she really wasn't that good of a wrestler.
Honestly, like, we're waiting. TK, we're waiting.
I'll throw this out there though, as a 30% Asian. The language barrier is a real thing. You know, it's
Yeah.
it is like a reason. It's a predominantly American or English, watching company. Was that a sentence? I don't know if it was, but That is a real thing. So there's differences. I can see where people are kind of making the comparisons to Big Swole, but I think they're different situations.
They are different situations. It's just both are valid arguments, and one was treated as it was an invalid discussion or an invalid criticism. The other was not. And it's not that they want to take away from what Sheeta was saying or saying that, you know, Sheeta's argument isn't as valid as Big Swole's. It's like, keep the same energy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you there.
So, yeah. Do you guys got anything, like, can you think of anything else news and rumors wise worth talking about? Gator Tot?
I hate that I love that name so much now. I mean, WWE decided to spoil themselves. They released a spoiler for SmackDown next week.
What's that?
I mean, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
So
Spoiler
Sami
alert,
Zayn
if you don't want
wins the
spoilers,
title.
then turn off. Oh, wait.
Huh? What happened?
What?
Wait, I actually wasn't paying attention. What'd you say?
So obviously they're going to Saudi Arabia next week, so I think they filmed SmackDown already. And WWE tweeted championship change, so Sami Zayn won the title.
Oh, well, you know.
Which we all kind of fucking knew was going to happen at this point.
The Intercontinental title isn't a real thing.
Yeah, especially once Johnny Knoxville beats him for it at WrestleMania. So, like,
oh, you know,
that's gonna happen.
That sounds like a joke, but that's probably actually what's gonna happen.
No, it sounds like the biggest joke in the world, but like 98% it's gonna happen.
And then Johnny Knoxville will take the Intercontinental Championship. He'll go on Ridiculousness on MTV with Rob Dyrdek and run down the show and be a whole thing.
I think you're mixing a few MTV shows.
Purposefully,
you're just combining every MTV show possible.
Is Exhibit gonna come in and pimp their ride as well?
Yes.
I used to love that show.
He's gonna pimp their ride, then they're gonna ride that to Ridiculousness, and then they're gonna,
Okay. I used to love Ridiculousness.
And they're gonna do Ridiculousness in Johnny Knoxville's crib.
Wait, I'm thinking of Robin Big.
I'm gonna say Robin Big, Black. Yeah, Robin Big was great. Ridiculous kind of sucks.
You've got black on the mind today. Black shirt.
We all got the memo to wear black.
Yeah.
I'm also into that kind of thing. So what happened on Raw this week?
Huh? Well, since I'm guessing that's all there is for news and rumors.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that happened this week, honestly.
I mean, an AQA got signed with AEW.
We could talk about that on Dynamite though, because that's when she had the match. So, where do you want to start? Pretty Kyle, Pretty Bird.
Stop it. Oh, let's go Raw. Let's go because I just watched the highlights. I mean, I watched the show.
Monday Night Raw. We kick it off with Billy Madison's academic challenge quiz bowl. I knew RK Bro was going to win. The whole thing was utterly pointless, and I really wanted them to lose. But if they lost, then we just wasted like 4 weeks of fucking TV. So, also, Randy Orton cheated. It was clearly stated that there were no lifelines when Chad Gable asked for one, or Riddle asked for one. One of them asked for one, and then Randy Orton asked the crowd anyway because he's a fucking cheater. And guess where he gets it from? The game hinges on the fact that Randy smokes weed and knows how to convert grams to ounces, which he does properly. And then the Street Profits come down to rub salt in the wounds of the best Raw tag team champions in at least the last 6 months. And then Gable makes a challenge. Alpha Academy gets the win over the Street Profits. The almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley has an Elimination Chamber promo. Great intro for the beast slaying, Brock beating, undisputed WWE champion from MVP. They address the Elimination Chamber, all its men, and how it's all men and two monsters. Sounds like a Saturday night for Kyle.
Hell yeah.
Brock is locked in there with Bobby, not the other way around. Bobby going to Mania, and Brock is going to the hospital. We got AJ defeating Damian Priest, and then Damian has a mental breakdown. I think the Damian inside came out. Rollins and KO are backstage, and I think KO's starting to kind of figure out Seth isn't really your friend and doesn't give two shits about you. We got Miz TV because everyone has a fucking talk show. Ray and Dom are the guests. Miz bitches about Ray getting his opportunity for the WWE title. or his opportunity for Elimination Chamber,
Yep.
which would also be the WWE title.
Mhm.
Ray taunts Miz for not accomplishing anything on his own and constantly cheating. Miz is also mad Ray got the 2K cover. Dom gets tired of Miz's disrespect of his daddy, knocks him down, and then Miz asks Dominic Mysterio if he's really sure Eddie's not his real father because he's a lot taller than Ray. And in response, Dom decides he's going to defend the Guerrero name by taking on Miz in one-on-one action. Miz loses to Dom, gets the win. Maurice gets caught, kicked from ringside. Ray takes that opportunity to learn from Maurice, trip Miz, and help Dom get the win because in that family, lying, cheating, and stealing is how you get shit done.
Indeed.
Dom and Uncle Ray. Bianchi defeats Nikki full-blown villain. We got some 24/7 nonsense, which got really fucking weird because Dana kisses Reggie on the cheek for helping him out. And then when Reggie's like, so what's going on here? She's like, oh, we're just really good friends. Leaves him blue balled, friend zones him, and moves on. Have you?
Too many times.
Well, you're engaged now to the softest part of the ring, you know.
No, I'm not still bitter about it, but you know.
Speaking of which, am I invited to the wedding or?
Yeah, your invite's in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's on its way.
Can I give a speech?
Absolutely not. It is a side of my life I do not want broadcasted to my family. So
all I'm saying is
your throuble with Matt. And
yes,
Kenny?
that one.
Well, I was literally gonna say if I get an invite in the mail, Kenny's my +1. So
Okay,
Oh,
well,
God. Fucking damn it.
that sounds like a disaster for all parties involved.
Somebody film it.
KO defeats Austin Theory. Commentary tries their best to explain why the fans are cheering for KO and booing Austin Theory. They really, really tried. Orton tries to mentor Riddle, but that's like trying to teach a rock how to speak. So, you know. Veer is the new Glacier. He is coming. He is coming, but 6 months later, he's still not here.
Blood runs cold.
And that I was told by Travis on the most recent episode of Return to Wrestling that'll drop sometime within the next 4 weeks is a good transition to remind you that Return to Wrestling still exists, and we will be talking about Glacier 2 episodes from now.
The episode's never coming out at this rate.
So in 2 presidential terms, we'll hear about Glacier.
Exactly, you know. But we did get one in the books, and it is coming back. Glacier. Oh yeah, we got a Lita promo. Lita puts over the women's division. Becky interrupts, says, "I was a fan without Lita, there would be no Becky, but Becky's gonna put down Lita." Lita says the fans made her. Becky jumps Lita, showboats, giving Lita time to make a comeback. Lita hits the twist of fate and a moonsault. And as Katie put on the She Elite showcase last night, a far better moonsault than we will ever see from Charlotte Flair.
Said what I said.
That's facts.
No
lies
burner.
detected.
Liv loses to Doudrop because they don't give a fuck about Liv Morgan, and it's sad. We got Alexa's journey continues. The doctor wants the replica back and makes Alexa cry after she hands it over because he's a dick. Then Alexa seems like she's making a little bit of progress in controlling her anger until she sees a woman, or until she's like talking about like her bad day and how she controlled her anger. And the last one's some chick who like cut her in line at the grocery store. So she threw her down an aisle, and when asked like, what does the woman look like? She basically said she looks like Lily. And I'm not sure why she's beating up someone that looks like Lily. That didn't quite make sense to me, but you know.
I mean,
Seth versus Riddle turns into RK Bro versus Seth and KO. Seth and KO get the win.
Hold on there, player.
And Orton drops KO with an RKO after the match. I swear to fucking God, if Matt Riddle wins the Elimination Chamber, like,
I'll be so happy.
between what we're going to talk about on Dynamite and then that happening, like I told Travis, I'm going to have to rethink a name for this show because it won't be Smackin' Raw anymore. It'll be something all elite. Like, we won't even be covering WWE anymore. Fuck that shit.
you're gonna pull a reverse Young Kings.
Yeah. What are we swallowing from Monday Night Raw?
Dominic's
Lita.
mullet. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on with that kid's hair?
That's
Jesus.
That's
It's
great.
terrible.
I just want to let anyone who's new to this show and hasn't heard an episode with Kyle before know that there's going to be a lot of talk about penis because whenever Kyle and I get together, we always talk about penis.
You're making people think I'm a homosexual, and that's not true.
Nonsense. Lots of nonsense. So
Yeah, you're right.
we're swallowing Dominic's mullet.
Yes, all of it. All like
Okay.
4 or 5 inches or whatever it is.
I'm also going to swallow Miz dropping that. Like, we all joke about Dominic being Eddie's kid, but Miz saying it on TV was fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
To his face.
Very
like,
funny.
right to his face.
I mean, he is tall. I mean, Eddie wasn't tall, but like
he was taller than Ray.
Eddie. Yeah, so
Sure.
Makes sense to me.
Is that the only thing we're swallowing from Monday Night Raw?
I said Lita before
I'm
Kyle
sorry.
over here wanted to swallow the fucking mullet. Lita, for a few reasons. One, she's gorgeous. Two, at 46 years old, she can still go. Again, can hit a better moonsault than Charlotte. I'll say it again. Can hit a better moonsault than Charlotte. Because fuck Charlotte Flair. And props to Becky for actually taking the twist of fate correctly. Because Charlotte's a little pussy and won't do it right. I have a lot of hatred towards Charlotte.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I've got a feeling that Charlotte gets grabbed by the head and it's just an automatic reflex to drop to her knees. But
why do you say that?
Just
Fellatio.
perspective. Yeah.
Fellatio,
You know.
as
I don't know. I'd have to ask Andrade.
Andrade. El Idolo. Yeah. I mean, shit.
It seemed like a very natural reaction. Someone grabbed her by the head, she dropped to her knees. Like, that's what she does.
What do you think their dirty talk sounds like?
I don't even want to know.
Did you watch the Lethal Lovers promo on SmackDown tonight?
Yes. So it's
probably
like
a lot like that.
You know, that makes a lot of sense.
And a lot of broken Spanish and poorly spoken Spanish from Charlotte.
See.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
I don't know how you say ride Space Mountain in Spanish, but I'm sure. No, I guess Charlotte wouldn't be Space Mountain. What's the one with like the waterfall?
Is that Splash Mountain?
Yeah, Splash Mountain. I guess
I've never even been to fucking Disney. How do I know this?
Then Charlotte is Splash Mountain.
I hate that analogy.
That's disgusting.
I hate it so much.
Splash Mountain. That's too on the
squirts.
nose. Yeah.
I get it. God fucking damn it.
From her vagina.
Shut up,
Kyle. Dominic's mullet.
Yeah, Dominic's mullet.
We're talking about Lita. We're talking about Lita.
We're swallowing Lita.
Is Lita also squirting?
If she,
I'm sorry. What the fuck did you
I'm
just
trying to remember how we got to the Charlotte thing.
Because I said Becky can take a twist of fate, and then Charlotte just drops to her knees when she gets
there we
grabbed
go.
by the head.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it enough, I guess that's what happens. So
you know.
I guess I'll swallow Seth and KO getting the win over RK Bro.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I like Seth.
I am very concerned that we are gonna concerned and not concerned. Like, I want to swallow everything that goes on with Alexa because I do really enjoy it, but also I'm afraid that they're gonna cave and give us back the goddess Alexa Bliss because fans hate fun and they don't like entertaining things, and they're like, oh, just give us back the mean girl. Like, we want our mean girl back.
No,
not like you don't have that in like 40 other different fucking characters in WWE right now.
Yeah.
So
and it's weird how they're all blonde.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens. There'll probably be something in between. There'll probably be a new Alexa, hopefully. Something in between,
hopefully a new Alexa or someone that like as we've talked about and compared it to, like Mankind, where she retains kind of a little bit of everything, you know, where we could get Twisted Bliss and, you know, the goddess, and then we could get this version of Alexa, Dark Alexa, like depending on the match. She would do the split personality thing that Damian Priest is trying and failing to do so much better than Damian Priest is doing it. Or as you referred to him, White Lance Archer.
Yes.
Lance Archer is White Damian Priest.
Yeah,
I have to credit that to the softest part of the ring. She's the one that said that. So that was her genius, not mine.
We'll
Smart
talk about
move.
white Damien Priest later too.
She also said
well-
that Kenny
oh.
Kenny Omega is white Shinsuke Nakamura, by the way. Just throwing that out there. It's food for thought.
I mean,
I feel like Kenny Omega's what happens when Shinsuke and Boogs fuck.
Well, now I'm just picturing that. So I'll be silent for at least 5 to 7 minutes.
I hate you. We brought up Damian Priest. I'm ignoring everything now. AJ and Damian. I liked the match. It was good.
Yeah, it was
Very
good.
good match.
AJ does no wrong.
I
I mean, match wise, recently he's been killing it.
was gonna say, I wouldn't go that far, but
Match wise, calm down.
what are we spitting from Monday Night Raw?
The quiz bowl. Because
I-
why?
I didn't spit it just because of Chad Gable and how amazing Chad Gable is.
Chad Gable's a gem,
Yep.
He's a peach.
but a little baby peach. But like everything else, that was what they wasted basically the commercial free, putting it in quotes because there were still fucking commercials. The commercial free, that's what you wasted your first hour on, was 30 minutes of that bullshit.
They weren't
Why would you
commercials,
do
they
that?
were ads.
Of course.
Fuck you.
No, I hated the whole thing. I hated how they let Randy cheat. I hated that. Of course, like, okay, first off, why are cartoons a category in an academic challenge quiz bowl?
Because Riddle's a child.
I mean, cartoons has probably been a Jeopardy category. in the
Probably.
past. You know, it
No.
is in the zeitgeist of society. So
But it is an academic challenge. This is not a pop culture challenge. This is not, this is supposed to show your intelligence in academia. And I'm 34, so it's been a while. Do they teach a college course, or is there a degree you can get in just general cartoon knowledge? Not like drawing cartoons or writing for cartoons or creating cartoons, just like you can take and learn about the history of cartoons.
To my knowledge, no.
Like, can you
But
major in Hanna-Barbera? Like, is that a thing?
somewhere.
probably. Honestly, probably somewhere.
I've got a minor in Cartoon Network.
You can pick the channel.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool though. Let's be real.
Okay, calm down there, Matt Riddle.
Shut up. Listen, I have a degree in writing. Well, I'm a minor in writing, but
Which is fine. Like, writing is a legitimate thing that you need to study and learn how to do, and there are all these rules and different things and structure and so on and so forth. Getting stoned, eating a box of fucking Lucky Charms, and watching Ninja Turtles on a Saturday morning does not count as academic accomplishments.
I can say I have never done that.
I mean, it's
Well, the Ninja Turtles went off air in like the 90s. Well, I guess they had a
Well-
more recent version, but
You know what?
wasn't
That's a
Sheamus in a
fucking-
Ninja Turtles movie?
he was.
I never
Yeah.
saw
That
it,
was
but I heard about it.
I mean, I'll watch anything with Megan Fox. So
Oh, is she in it too?
actually, that's
True.
not true. I will watch anything but an MGK music video with Megan Fox because I cannot stand it.
Oh, she's got weird toes though, so
It
she got like thumb toes.
does. Kind of fucking weird.
Great for a hand job. Anyway, or foot job. I'm sorry, foot job.
How many limbs
Um,
do you need? I'm not trying to have an octopus get me off. You know what I'm saying? So
You're not, because I'm
You know
not
what?
going to tell it no. Like,
maybe don't knock it until you try it. I guess that's the what they say.
like you remember Mortal Kombat? You remember Shiva with all four arms? Like, I'm kind of curious. What's that about?
You know, you make a damn good point. I'll take that with me to bed.
I'm
and
surprised there's
roll
not a
over.
porno on Pornhub where it's like Shiva and a gangbang and all four arms are going at once.
I guarantee you there is.
I was gonna say, there's gotta be somewhere.
If it exists, the golden rule is if it exists, there's a porno of it.
That's true.
Yeah,
What else are we spitting for Monday Night Raw?
it's a good segue. I don't know anything. I kind of like glazed over Raw, so anything spit worthy, I probably skipped. So
I'm gonna spit Liv versus Dewdrop because, like, why do we keep building Liv to just like forget about her? I don't understand it.
I don't know.
I think her and Dewdrop are both in that like same level where they're like not competing for the title, but also like they see value in them. So it's like, yeah, just let them trade wins for a while, and we'll see in a few months.
Well, I mean, they're both in the chamber.
I can't believe that they see any value in Liv at this point. Like, they're edging me. Like, that's what WWE is doing. Is they just, with Liv Morgan, they just keep edging me, and like right when I think I'm about to get to finish, no, they take it away.
Some people like that.
That is true. Some people do like that.
And we do not kink shame here, so shout out to those people. I, on the other hand, am not a fan.
I mean, that makes the finish all that more worthwhile. It's about to climb, as Miley Cyrus.
I hate you.
Monday Night Raw, spit or swallow.
You know what?
Gargle undecidedly.
I'll give it a I'll give it a swallow because there was some good wrestling. There were a few good like the Lita Becky promo was really good. I think the quiz bowl was fun. Might be a little too long, but I thought it was fun. It was fine. I'll plug my nose and swallow this one.
Okay.
I'm gargling undecidedly.
As am I. Do you think Shiva jerking off 4 guys is too long of a title for this episode?
Can we move past that?
Yeah, sure. Where would you like to go next? NXT, Dynamite, Rampage, SmackDown.
Talking to me.
Yeah,
Pretty Cow. No, Pretty Cow. You're leading the show. Come on.
Oh man, I'm cowgirling this.
I'm not a guest anymore. I'm a co-host.
Okay, you're the Byron Saxton of this trio.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That was very mean. We'll go.
Offended.
We'll go NXT. We'll talk about a little NXT 2.0.
We kick it off with the Crudes defeating GYV in the Dusty Classic tournament. They start brawling on the ramp before the match. Damn good fucking match. Great showing for the Crudes. If they can put down Matt's shitty kids, I will start calling them the Creeds and give them the respect they deserve. So there's that for you. We got a Cora interview. She's really excited that Raquel finally gave into her constant harassment.
Can I get a tortilla with quesadillas?
Yeah. She's really excited. Raquel finally gave into her constant harassment and ignoring the laws of consent. Valentina Feroz and Yulisa Leon interrupt and argue with Raquel in Spanish. I understood none of it, but apparently they said some really mean shit about Cora that Cora didn't get either. Wendy loses to Tiffany Stratton. Surprisingly good match and surprisingly good look for Tiffany Stratton. Like, I did not have high hopes for her outside of the Godfather being her daddy, but like, Wendy Cho is a fucking delight in her onesie with her sleepy moves. It's fun as shit. She is NXT's Orange Cassidy, and it's really doing it for me. Apparently, before the match, Wendy took Amari Miller on a shopping spree with Tiffany's black card and then threw it in the trash. And then Tiffany goes off during the match after she breaks a nail because girls.
Yeah. You know how they girls be shopping.
Girls be breaking nails and crying about it. Bitches.
Find out that last week Draco was bummed he lost his debut match, so it was his debut match. Katie's favorite wrestler on NXT, Jill Wayne Gacy, says he's here to listen to Draco if he needs anyone to talk to, and then leaves him alone with Harlan in a locker room as Harlan is eye fucking the shit out of him, and I was worried for his safety. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I think you need an adult. You should not have been left there alone with Harlan. Then he comes out, tries to be respectful to Pete Dunne for their match later, and Dunne's like, listen, I'm just gonna snap all of your fingers and toes, knees and elbows.
Nieces,
yes.
Tony Nieces.
Tony Nieces. Draco loses to Pete Dunne. Tony D shows up, tries to take out Dunne, and fails twice because he was wearing QT Marshall's t-shirt, and everyone knows if you dress like QT Marshall, you are bound to fail. Pete grabs everything from under the ring and then challenges Tony to a weaponized steel cage match, because that was the best name that they could fucking think of, was weaponized steel cage match, and
Mhm.
Tony agrees. I myself said you could have said an extreme steel cage match, a hardcore steel cage match.
What did they call it when Johnny and Adam did it?
A
That was-
weaponized steel cage match. No, I
Is
have
that
no
actually?
idea.
I don't think
I
they
don't
call
think
it that.
The Ambrose Asylum. That was when
Wasn't that his talk show?
no, that was when Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho had a cage match with weapons attached to it.
Oh, the nunchucks. Yes. Okay.
And they do talk about Dean Ambrose, so they could have called it the Ambrose Asylum. Like they own the
They
own
really
the rights
should've.
to the name. Like
Don't call
Why
it
not?
anything
Or
else.
the Asylum. Just call it the Asylum.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I just hope there's a dildo hanging.
What?
Fuck.
Could you imagine Pete Dunne choking out Tony D with a dildo?
Now, does he choke him out horizontal across the throat or vertical inside the throat?
Horizontal across the throat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Tony looks like he's eating a lot of salami in his day, but I don't think he's taking it all in one bite.
What? The fuck does that even mean?
Salami.
I think you're just saying things.
I'm not like have you ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2?
No.
Secret of the Use?
Why do we keep bringing up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Have you though?
I know they're turtles. No, I haven't seen them.
What?
Wait, you haven't seen the 1990s version, the live action version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, I was watching Rugrats in the 90s.
Motherfucker, they're on Netflix right now. Go
Listen,
They're
watch
on
them.
Netflix.
I introduced
Cool.
Katie to movies. It sounds like I'm gonna have to introduce you to the beauty of movies as well,
No,
because I cannot
see,
believe you've not seen this.
bullshit.
I
Stop it.
watch movies. I don't watch Ninja Turtles movies.
Those are great movies.
They are.
I just watch wrestling and porn. Sometimes both at the same time.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Porn is subjective.
Io and Zoe promo. Zoe
Mhm.
tries to help Io pick a partner, someone willing to sacrifice themselves for the team, and it is as crazy as Io. Io says she knows who to ask, and Zoe's like, who? And she's like, none of your fucking business, bitch. Like, I don't fucking like you. Wendy finds Dakota going through all of her shit backstage, and Dakota tells her that even though she got new clothes, it can't buy her a victory in the ring tonight. No shit. That's how life works. We got LA Knight versus Senga. LA Knight gets the win. Waller removes the turnbuckle pad, distracting the ref, allowing LA to poke Senga in the eye, and then he runs into the turnbuckle, and LA gets the roll-up win. And then LA drops Aussie Paul post-match. And then he bitches and cries and says, I'm calling the cops, even though the stipulation was that if he won, the restraining order would get dropped. So we should have known Aussie Paul would be a whiny little bitch and not hold up his end of the bargain.
Yeah.
Dick Hudson interview. Dante Chen's not here for some reason, and then wishes Indy good luck next week in her match. Shady bastard trying to ruin a happy home. Like, listen, Big Dick Daddy Dexter and Indy are happy people, and you do not need to be inserting like whatever weird Australian man magic into this relationship, trying to lure her away because you're from the same hometown and shit. Like, I'm not about it. Do not break up this happy home. Fucking home wrecker.
Yeah.
Speaking of home wreckers, Santos and Braun have a contract signing. I'm talking about Dolph Ziggler. Dolph fucking Ziggler showed up.
Don't yell at me.
He's here to show the
You
world.
just made a funny. I had a great transition. You making funny faces and shit.
Don't fucking yell at me.
Anyway, Braun yells at Steiner, or yells in Steiner.
Braun yells at
Santos.
Steiner.
No, Braun yells in Steiner at Santos.
Oh, okay.
It's a language. Only 3 people on TV speak it: Rick, Scott, and Braun. Santos calmly taunts Braun and pisses him off even more, and then Dolph Ziggler shows up to a mix of booze and holy shits, because the crowd was very confused as to how they felt about this, and so was I. Dolph addresses, yeah, but yes, absolutely. Dolph addresses Braun, who called him out on Twitter, asked Braun who the hell he is, and it's like, bitch, you're here because of me. You know who I am. Braun says he'll take Dolph Ziggler on after he finishes off Santos. Dolph's like, hey, you're an amateur. You probably shouldn't look past your opponent. And by the way, these are all of the things I've done in my life. What have you done? And all of those were 10 years ago. So good job. Dolph wants an NXT title to add to his list of championships that he hasn't held in 10 years. Ciampa interrupts Dolph and gets in his face and says, hard pass on Ziggler's champ. I agree. Santos gets pissed. He's being ignored and says once he beats Braun, he'll handle both Dolph and Ciampa himself, because they got really rude. Like, just pretended Santos wasn't even there, and I would have been pissed too. Like, the fuck.
That's
So
so
rude.
disrespectful.
I'm here to sign a contract. Like, I don't know what the fuck these guys are here for, but
They
I'm trying
weren't
to
even signing a contract.
It was a championship summit.
There was no contract signing.
Everything's
What is a
contract
summit?
signing.
Everything's
Ciampa says he's got next unless Dolph wants to go through him first. Dolph taunts Ciampa and ends up getting his ass stomped. And then Legado jumps Braun. He makes a comeback, but ends up getting put through a table. The non-contract signing table, the summit table.
What was the table for?
To sign a contract.
no, there was no contract.
This is in case anybody brought documents to the summit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I guess. Gotta be prepared.
So, listen. I feel like all WWE contract signings now are just consent form signings to touch each other.
Oh.
And there should be one before every match.
Do you have one of those by your bedside
I do.
with your wife?
Yes.
Hey, before we do this, can you sign this real quick?
I did try to convince her that us getting married was a legal binding contract for consent. She disagreed. So now I have her sign a form. I actually have it on my iPhone. She signs it before
Oh, that's smart.
we initiate any sort of intimate activity.
That's cool.
So when we get a divorce, she can't hold that against me.
That is smart, actually.
Yeah,
So
you know.
you log all of your
Exactly.
activities,
100%.
transactions. So
Katie, do you have consent forms?
No.
No. What about the softest part of the ring? Does she make you sign a consent form?
yeah, we have a whole filing cabinet in the room over there.
The bathroom
Not
back there?
This is not my bathroom. This is like, do you guys watch Friends?
Yes.
Yes.
This is like the closet that Monica had that Richard was in, that Chandler didn't want to open. It's a very obscure reference.
Very obscure.
Very obscure.
Well, I was very confused earlier because, like, you said you had to go pee before we started, and then you ran into the bedroom, and I was like,
Yeah, I peed on.
"Is this like, is she in there just like waiting for you? Like, was this prep? Like,
No, I pee on her pillow, so when she comes back, because she's out of town right now, but when she comes back, she'll have my scent.
you got to mark your territory. I get it.
Yeah.
Speaking of marking their territory, we have a KLR vignette where she gets really angry, breaks glass, and starts hitting things with a bat and threatening Mandy for later tonight. Aussie Paul, yeah, we talked about that. Saray defeats Dakota Kai. I guess Dakota couldn't buy a win either, so good for her. Mello and Trick barbershop vignette, which was really fun. Indy on the phone with Dexter talking bubble baths. Persia asking about Duke, and Indy says, I told you he's trouble and to stay away from him. Then Toxic Attraction walks up, and Gigi and JC have pictures of Duke and Indy together. Yeah, I'm not happy about this. Like,
Not those types of pictures. Put your eyebrows down.
Hello.
JC says, who will console Indy after they lose their titles, Duke or Dexter? And then brawl starts because Persia's like, I'm not going to let you talk bad about my friend, even though I pretty much just asked her the same fucking question 2 seconds ago. Thank God Toxic Attraction is okay, though, because we thought they got kidnapped last week, possibly murdered, and no idea where they were, but they're back.
I mean, they did get kidnapped.
We got a Nikita Lyons promo package, which was her boxing, kicking, kickboxing, much better than her singing. Let's just put it that way. Nikita fighting, far better than her rapping. She also doubled down on the fact that she was a groupie. Brooks and Dunn and Casey and Caden segment. Brooks goes to ask out Caden and instead ends up asking for a double date, which his friend was like, hey, dude, what the fuck? And I don't understand what the problem is, but okay, because they agreed. And then he's like, hey, here's $8. Go take her to a movie. And he's like, dude, $8 won't even buy me a bucket of fucking popcorn. Like, the fuck out of here.
It's true.
Also, how do you only have $8?
I think that was just like in his pocket. Like probably had more money.
And how much cash
Or
do
maybe
you
he
guys
didn't.
carry around?
Actually, a lot.
But what I'm saying is, like,
Yeah.
we live in 2022. Venmo that motherfucker enough for a fucking movie and get the job done.
He doesn't have a phone to do that.
He doesn't have a phone
Probably not.
because he only has $8 to his name. He can't afford a phone.
Nope, nothing. You can't afford
How
anything.
the fuck
now.
is he taking her out on a date?
Can't you stream movies now? Are movie theaters even existing anymore?
They are.
Yes.
I went recently. See, again, you don't watch movies.
I watch
Clearly.
movies in my living room. That's there. That's not my bathroom.
That's your bedroom and your bathroom. What are you talking about? That's my
okay.
living room.
Match Shitty Kids defeat Malik Blade and Idris Enofe. Unfortunately, so Malik and Idris are not my new favorite NXT tag team because they failed me. Also, the ref screwed them over. Clearly got a 3 count. We got a Grimes promo. Wendy throws shade at Dakota for losing because, yeah, I won, you lost. Haha. And then we got our main event. Mandy Rose defeats Kaylee Ray. Toxic Attraction gets attacked by Persian Indy on the way to the ring. So Mandy's got to go at it alone. Both teams are escorted from the arena, or so they tell us, but Toxic Attraction shows back up, helps Mandy get the win. And then as Toxic Attraction is beating down Kaylee Ray, here comes Io for the save. And we found the crazy person that Io was talking about, that she can have be her tag team partner. So mixed match challenge. See, look what you did to me. Dusty Classic. We're going to see Io and Kaylee Ray probably win the whole fucking thing.
Maybe.
What are we swallowing from NXT?
I'll
I'm gonna
swallow Dolph. I'll give Dolph a swallow. Him and his straight hair and his smart suit. I did.
It's fucking terrible.
It was a very good promo from Dolph. Like, he definitely seemed like a step above everybody else in the ring, which makes me wonder, like, why he isn't really a bigger deal on the main roster. But like,
because he's in a tag team with fucking Bobby Roode and they're not doing anything.
Both of those guys should be major deals, but they aren't. But that's all it is.
Team
WWE
Canada's
Matt
own
Griffin.
Bobby Roode.
Yes, he won the hockey stick on a pole match after all.
He's WWE. He's WWE's Meg Griffin.
Who is Bobby Roode?
Dolph.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
We did a whole UW episode where we discussed it, and then you tried to correct us.
Well, Cody Rhodes is, if we're talking about wrestling, it's Cody
Yes.
Rhodes. But WWE, Dolph Ziggler, I would say he probably fits in there pretty well.
I'm going to swallow the main event because for all the shit Mandy Rose gets about how she can't wrestle and this and that, blah, 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 like, she has improved tremendously since she dyed her hair brown and has gotten some time to do some work. It was a damn good match. She's got a hell of a V trigger. I have enjoyed the shit out of this run. Why are you smiling?
Who, me?
You. Yeah, you.
He said V trigger. Like,
Yeah.
What does V stand for?
Vagina.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, bud. All right, continue.
So yeah, no, I'm swallowing that whole thing. I enjoyed the shit out of it. Kaylee Ray looked great. Mandy looked great. Fun segment. I got more GG in my life, and that's all I can ask for on a daily basis is more GG. So swallowing the main event.
Yeah,
I agree. For sure.
Ditto. I'll swallow Crudes and Grizzled Young Veterans. Banger of a match for sure. I love both those teams. I thought Grizzled Young Veterans were gonna win the whole thing. I'm surprised.
That's what I thought too.
I'm surprised they didn't win this one, but love the Crudes. Love the Crudes. And
Great movie.
He hasn't seen
I'm
that
sorry,
one
you
either.
wouldn't know because you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the Crudes actually.
I've only seen it because my niece.
I'm also an adult,
So am I, but I have a reason. But anyways.
Anyway, opening tag match, banger of a match. Didn't win because they're British. Not surprised. WWE hates the Brits, but
They do.
no, it was damn good. I wish we got better for GYV, but also they're building the Crudes up. Why do I always get tongue tied when Kyle's on? Like,
because
you're
tickling
staring
you
at
the
him.
I'm not staring
Okay.
at him.
Okay.
Yeah, no, fun match. I'm all for it. Also, the barbershop vignette that we got from Trick
Mhm.
Mello, that was really
Yes.
fun and entertaining and cool. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm swallowing that all day.
Yeah, and the Cameron Grimes one as well, because they both North American title people got a little vignette. And it's like a simple thing. NXT UK does this really well every week, and then NXT 2.0 has kind of adopted this since their rebrand. It's just like these little vignettes that kind of give you a sense of the characters, and it's like nothing like groundbreaking, but it's just like you said, it's a fun little thing, and it was effective, I think. So I enjoyed it as well.
All right. Anything else? I know it's hard to remember because, like, as I'm running it down, we got so distracted talking about weird shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot happening.
I'll swallow Nikita. Is it Nikita? Is that her name?
Nikita Lyons.
Nikita Lyons. I'll swallow her kickboxing instead of rapping because like it's wrestling, so like kickboxing is a bit more relevant to the genre.
I mean, anything she does, just mute it. That's all you really gotta do.
That's fair.
Oh, Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton again.
Yeah,
I was impressed. I was impressed by Tiffany. She had a really good match with Wendy, and Wendy's fun as shit. So swallowing the pajama onesie all day.
Apparently, she got married last week too.
Oh, see, where was that news and rumors, Katie?
Listen, if you listened to my show, you would have known that.
I listened to that part of the show.
I said it before Limitless, before they got married.
Well, Keith Lee overshadows everything because he's motherfucking Keith Lee.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, apparently.
So we don't know for sure.
I saw somebody, I can't remember who the fuck went to the wedding, but there was pictures. I don't know. I very well could be wrong and just lying to you at this point.
Sounds like a lot of fake news to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you Meltzering us right now?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. No, don't compare me. Don't compare that motherfucker. There's a cat on screen.
Dwayne, come here.
What about LA Knight? LA Knight and Sangha?
I mean, LA Knight's cool. Did you say Sangria?
Yeah. No, I said Sangha.
No, he said Sangria.
We had Pete Dunne and Draco.
Oh yeah. I love Pete Dunne. Sorry, I can't even focus now. No, Pete Dunne and Tony D'Angelo. I hate that they're calling it the fucking weaponized cage match because why? But I'm very excited for that. I'll swallow that.
Anything else? Contract signing? That wasn't a contract signing?
That's about all I'm swallowing.
I mean, he already swallowed Dolphin and petted his pussy, so like.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, I don't think I'd swallow the summit or whatever the fuck it is. Contract signing. That's not a contract.
It was
signing.
A championship summit. There's no contract to be signed.
You're a championship summit.
It was just an irrelevant table in the ring.
Saray versus Dakota Kai?
I do like what'd you call Saray last week? Harriet
Potter. But she's only Harriet Potter backstage.
Ah, yeah.
And then she does a transformation as she comes to the ring, and then she's Saray.
Oh, the warrior of the sun, because every Japanese wrestler needs to be something of the sun, apparently.
Or genius of the sky.
Right.
Something with the sky.
I guess.
Fucking
I am sorry. My grandmother had this necklace. Like it's just so like I enjoy it. It's fine.
Again, he's 30% Asian, so
it's very Pokemon. It's very Pokemon. I love it. You know, I turned from Hermione into Resra. So I'm just quoting her promos.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to clarify that what you're doing is okay because you were 30% Asian.
I'll show my penis to
that's what I've been told.
Prove it.
No me gusta. Gracias.
What are we spitting from NXT? That
Harland
shitty
and-
kid's getting the win.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I was hoping Keenan and Kel would win, but yeah, Matt Shitty Kids definitely they took that one.
The BBCs.
Dude, I wasn't here last week to talk about that fucking segment from last week, but it was very Keenan and Kel, how everything. Oh man, just close your eyes and just picture like Mandy Rose is in your lap, and then she drops in her lap. He's like, "Oh, thank
There
you."
we go.
And like, "Oh, I have an erection." Okay, like I can't get up because my boner. Like,
Sure, Keenan Kel didn't talk about boners
who
on the show, but
loves
that's
orange soda too, right?
Fuck, damn it. But okay,
But yeah,
touche.
touche indeed.
I guess in WWE's case, it'd be who loves orange tans.
Yeah, there's a lot of orange tans.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bad orange tans.
In
Yeah.
wrestling in general, especially MJF. What else we spitting? Come on.
The Brooks brothers, or whatever the fuck their names are.
Brooks and
Brooks
Dunn.
and Dunn.
Brooks and Dunn. Dunn? What's it? Okay, Brooks and Dunn.
Well, it's Briggs and Jensen, but we call them Brooks and Dunn because Brooks and Dunn is a country singing group.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's where the wires weren't connecting to my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not Tim McGraw, I don't know who you are.
What?
Brooks and Dunn, yeah, them and their Caden and Casey happen to be hanging by the kitchen where the spaghetti bowls are, you know?
Yeah, we have women's tag team titles, and all Caden and Casey want to do is
Get some
drugs, country dick, and music. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
By the way, Nikita Koloff, or whatever her name is doing the rave gimmick better than they are already. She
Yeah.
didn't even, you know.
100%.
I go to raves and I had to fight the people trying to, you know, whatever. So, or whatever she said.
Yeah, whatever the fuck she's saying. Just stop talking. We just don't want to look. We don't want to hear you.
Nikita Koloff, I mean, she does her kicks and her elbows and her raps.
And Katie has a vagina, so she can say that.
Yep.
See? Everything's covered.
Okay.
Well, you can do really offensive Asian accents because you're 30% Asian, and Katie can sexually objectify women because she has a vagina. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Can I sexually objectify Asians?
If you want, I sexually objectify you.
Right.
It's probably my favorite pastime.
Yeah, it is.
Kenny's gonna be
Baseball.
so jealous.
He is.
I gave Kenny a chance like 2 weeks in a row to come on. I was like, hey, what are you doing? You want to come on? And he blew me off 2 weeks in a row. So
Big time, dude.
now, if he had blown me 2 weeks in a row, that would have been a different story. But no, he blew me off. So, you know, hey, Kyle's here now. I need some loving. I do.
I'm here to blow him. So
Okay.
It's okay. You can watch.
I do not want to participate or watch in any way, shape, or form. No, thank you. I don't need on the screen if that happens.
I'm going to preemptively swallow the whole Indy Dexter Duke Hudson thing because I think it's going to be an entertaining story. As much as I don't want to see a happy home broken up.
I mean, it's going to lead to Persia and Indy probably just breaking up.
yeah, that's definitely
Because Persia wants dick, haha, and he's out here trying to flirt with Indy. Which, don't disrespect Dexter like that.
Or Indy gets mad at Dexter for being jealous and ends up running off with Persia.
I don't see it happening. I hate to ruin your lesbian fairy tale, but it's not gonna happen.
Persia looks like she can scissor.
She looks like she can scissor.
Yes.
What does a scissoring physique look like?
Actually, yours, powerful thighs.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'll bring that up to the old SPOTR later.
When she gets home, just be like, hey, so you want to try scissoring?
I'll just be in scissor position and see what she does. See how she reacts.
NXT, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna give her a swallow.
I'm gonna swallow it.
Yeah, I'll swallow as well. Kyle, where are we going next?
Man,
what a trip this has been already.
So many options.
There's 3 left.
You know what? Let's finish off WWE. Let's go SmackDown.
We kick it off with Sonya opening the show. She said, Ronda hurt me and you're gonna pay for it, like literally $100K in a suspension, and also fuck Naomi, because she had to throw that in there. And then Adam Pearce comes out and he's like, hey, I know you're out here doing shit, but I got an email from Vince. And Vince said, after 6 months of you being a complete and total shitbagger, fuck you. I'm denying all of your requests. And if you put your hands on Naomi in any way, shape, or form tonight, your job is in serious jeopardy. Naomi had jack shit to say. And then, Sonya had jack shit to say. Then Naomi came out and she's like, just to recap, you can't touch me, but I can touch you, and slaps Sonya. New Day loses to Los Lotharios, the Lethal Lovers, the Hispanic tag team that will fuck you to death.
Correct.
We got a Kayla interview. Like I said, they'll fuck you up and then they'll fuck your brains out. They're the Lethal Lovers. We also got a kiss cam on the way to the ring, which was kind of weird because I don't know if that was like Angel's fiance or maybe Humberto's girl. She looked like she was 14. I'm not gonna lie.
So it was the kiss cam, but it was just a camera on Humberto and Angel. So why didn't they kiss?
That's a very good question. That is a very good question. Too bad Vince is in here because he was all upset that Los Lotharios lost last week and now they got their win back. So
probably didn't even watch it, so it doesn't matter.
We got a Viking Raiders interview. They got jumped by the Usos and stripped of their helmets because they're just a fucking joke on the main roster. They force wheeled fucking turkey legs and that's it. We got a Roman interview with Michael Cole. Michael puts over the icon Goldberg, which I know Katie loved. Roman says if he was in WCW, they'd still be in business. And that he's going to Goldberg at Elimination Chamber, whatever the fuck that means. Natalya finally gets a win over Aaliyah, and after the match is attacking Aaliyah and out. Why are you shaking your head? No, did Natalya lose?
No, I was just shaking my head at Natalya in general.
You guys got to stop doing that to me every time.
Sorry.
I'm going through and I'm like, Natalya got the win, and you're like, no, she didn't. I'm like, what do you mean?
I mean, to be fair, sometimes you're wrong, but
which is why I have to check every time.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, out comes Xia Li running off Natalya. Katie praying to get kicked in the face right now. Have you heard about Katie's weird fetish with being stepped on and kicked by women in the WWE?
Okay, let's calm down.
I mean, I get it when it comes to Xia Li. I would let her.
Xia Li, Rhea Ripley, Sonya Deville.
Wait, hold on.
wait, let's backtrack.
Wait, continue. What happened in SmackDown?
Did you repeat that? You let her what?
I forgot.
Because it sounded like you said you let her crush your watermelons.
I hear too.
That was my cat.
And now I'm trying to figure out. So watermelons are normally like when you compare fruit to body parts, like watermelons are normally used for large breasts, not necessarily large. Like Vince talked about grapefruits, like his balls were grapefruits, meaning big balls. So is she crushing your chest, or is this like one of those weird kink videos where you throw your balls on a glass table and she walks on them on high heels? Like,
oh my god,
ew. You know what? I have nothing to add to that. So I'll just say yes.
I'm just trying to figure out what you meant by watermelons.
They're green, okay?
They're gangrene?
No, Jesus.
Look, we're all different. We all come in different shapes and sizes and colors.
I don't know. You might want to see a doctor about that.
Juicy.
Anyways, SmackDown.
We have Insane, because again, everyone has to have their own fucking talk show with Boogamora. Beforehand, they show us a video of Johnny Knoxville just walking into a WWE like storefront, vandalizing shit on the wall, stealing t-shirts and throwing them in a wood chipper. This man is a fucking felon, and no one tried to stop him. And then Sammy goes back and forth with Boogs, who is basically just now pretending he's Freddie Mercury at this point, and leaves both Boogs and Nakamura laying. And as Katie said, again, spoiler alert, if you didn't hear the spoiler in the beginning of the episode, she believes not only did Wendy Chu get possibly married, but Sami Zayn may or may not have won the title on SmackDown next week.
Okay. Well, now you're just gonna make me prove myself right for both counts. He
Wait, did you say how Boogs got left lane?
No, I did
did not
Would you,
know.
would
That's
you like
very
to elaborate?
crucial. Yeah, because he touched the microphone and it electrocuted him. And then Sami Zayn, or sorry, Shinsuke Nakamura checked on Boogs and got a Haluva kick, checking on
Haluva.
his electrocuted
He got a
friend.
hell of a kick.
Yes, as they say.
What
I'm a big fan of electrocutions in my wrestling.
the fuck?
So, okay, if one is Gold Dust being electrocuted and losing his fucking mind, and 10 is the Shane testicle electrocution, where does this fall on a scale of 1 to 10?
Definitely closer to Gold Dust. Definitely
Closer to
closer to
Gold
Gold Dust. And ow, 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 ow. Whatever you said.
All right.
Anywho,
Katie, are you still looking it up? I'm killing time here for facts.
Okay, well, I was letting Kyle speak. I wasn't going to be disrespectful.
don't ever let me speak. It's never a good.
Honestly, with the shit you're saying, I probably shouldn't. From WWE.com.
.com.
.com. A new champion was crowned during SmackDown tapings. Would you like me to read the whole article? It's not very long.
No, it's okay.
Sami Zayn defeated Shinsuke Nakamura to capture the Intercontinental Championship.
Wow, they're spoiling their own shit. That's fucked up.
They literally tweeted it.
That's hilarious.
How long ago was this? An hour ago.
And
So
this won't
they
come out
suck.
till Saturday, so you guys have had like a full 24 hours to see this before you hear this. So sorry. Speaking of sorry, Happy Corbin defeats Cesaro. Beforehand, Moss is like, hey, so I got a black eye. I'm gonna go to the trainer and try and get the fuck out of this match because I really don't want to fight Drew. And Corbin's like, yeah, okay, sure, bud. After the match, Moss is in the trainer's room, and the trainer's like, hey, close your eyes. All right, now open them. And when he opened them, there was a giant dick in his face, and it freaked him out.
Sure was.
Sorry, giant metaphorical dick. It was a sword. It was a sword that he named after his mother. That he pretends is his penis when he's in the ring. And apparently he just paid the doctor off because the doctor, not concerned whatsoever for Moss, just like let the shit happen. He's like coercing Moss to tell the doctor he's okay, like forcefully with a sword, like threatening his life to say he can compete in the match. And then he's like, oh, also, it's going to be a no holds barred match. So I'm going to chop your head off.
If you had a man holding a sword at your neck, like what else are you going to do, you know?
Yeah. You made a noise, Katie. Did you have another suggestion of what to do when a man holds a sword to your neck?
No.
Okay. Speaking of holding swords to Katie's neck, Goldberg has an interview with Michael Cole. He says he's not listening to the people anymore. This comeback is going to stick. It's going to be everlasting, and it's going to bring back the old Goldberg. Says he's going to win and go on to face Lesnar at Mania. And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know why, but I cannot for the life of me remember the fact that Goldberg won the Royal Rumble, and regardless of whether or not he wins the Elimination Chamber, is going to WrestleMania. Because when they said this, I'm like, Brock Lesnar won, and regardless is going to WrestleMania. Because I'm like listening to this, I'm like, that's a bold prediction that you just assume Brock's going to win the chamber and walk out, and it's going to be title versus title. Because I completely forgot that, Brock is over there on Raw doing things, but really he's the number one contender for the Universal title, and he goes there regardless. And then my phone closed, so I have to scroll back down to the end of my notes. Main event, Naomi loses to Charlotte. Actually, a damn good match that I thought was going to have some kind of fucked up finish. And the only fucked up finish it had was that Charlotte beat Naomi clean. Sonya then comes in with her one arm and gloats over Naomi and then gets her ass whooped. Charlotte comes in, saves Sonya, and Sonya starts stomping on Naomi, which I have to believe means that her job is in serious jeopardy. Out comes Ronda Rousey because apparently she gives a shit about Naomi or something. Drops Sonya again, goes to rip off the other arm. Charlotte pulls Sonya out, makes the save. And I believe they've now announced tag team match for Elimination Chamber. Ronda and Naomi versus Charlotte and Sonya. That is a lot of women wrestling in Saudi.
Holla, holla.
Yeah. A lot. That's 3 women's matches.
Man.
And one of them's a chamber with 6 women.
That's a lot. That's a good thing, right?
12 women total wrestling.
You can do math.
Fuck off. I had to count. I had to count it out. You didn't see the
No,
Saw
hand
a calculator.
counting.
You did a great job, Cater Todd. I'm proud of you. What are we swallowing from SmackDown?
I'll
Naomi,
swallow
Charlotte?
Yeah, the whole Naomi, Charlotte, Sonya, everything involved with that, especially the main event. Main event was great. I mean, that was the best women's match from WWE that I've seen in a long time. So that was really fun.
Yeah, I will say TC was like, "There's no way that Vince has gone this long without noticing what Sonya's doing." And I told him, I was like, "He's been too busy grooming Austin Theory and rubbing his thigh under a table to notice anything else that's going on." Like,
No, the amount of grooming that has been happening on Monday Night Raw is disgusting. Vince McMahon should be ashamed.
I know.
I mean, if you've seen anything that he's done in his career, ever,
I mean,
this is probably the least shameful thing he's done.
I understand that, and I have, but like, there's no need to groom this.
Oh,
This guy.
goddamn, pal.
Just saying,
Austin.
on a scale of saying the N-word,
I mean, that's the worst thing he's probably ever done on TV.
and
ever,
making
so.
Trish bark like a dog in bra and panties, where does groping Austin Theory under a table land?
Okay, well, you're also insinuating that he's groping him, which at this point he probably is. I'm just gonna agree with you at this point. Him saying the N-word is the worst thing.
Look, Booker T was there. He had his blessing, probably, right? He was with
That's
me.
not how that works.
I'm
That's
pretty
not
sure
how
it's
that
not how that
It was
works,
with an
but
A,
okay.
right?
Especially not in February.
Oh, okay.
Not
It is
February.
Valentine's Day, after all.
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
What else are we
Xylee.
swallowing from SmackDown? Xylee.
My protector.
Watermelons.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened.
Yeah, no, Xylee. Xylee's great. Xylee's great.
Love Xylee. I die for her.
The lethal lovers. Gotta swallow both of them at the same time. Very good. Mucho gusto. The kiss cam could have been done better. I said it earlier. It was like, why aren't the brothers? Are they brothers or cousins?
Cousins.
Yes. Tias.
Kissing cousins. You wanted kissing cousins.
Yes. So I didn't want it,
Shit.
but the way it was presented, it would have made sense for them to kiss. I didn't want them to kiss.
It's okay.
This is how it
You
should have
can
played out
admit it.
given the
You
circumstance.
can admit it.
Do you think like this is WWE's answer to the Young Bucks and Adam Cole, where they're like, oh, well, they've got those two dudes kissing Adam Cole, so we'll just have these two cousins kiss random women in the crowd?
I thought it was the answer to MJF making out with that random bitch random lady on the apron in his
A
entrance.
lot of people are saying that's his girlfriend,
Yeah,
but like,
we'll talk about
if it wasn't,
Little foreskin shadowing.
I do really want the next girl, whoever ends up on the kiss cam, like as they go in for the kiss, just to back away and make them kiss. Like I want a genuine, like they accidentally kiss reaction.
But then they like stay kissing because they don't want to like it. What are you doing,
sick porn are you watching?
Step bro, I'm stuck in the washer.
I feel like that's gonna happen eventually with Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. When he turns on the Young Bucks, they're gonna go in for the kiss, and he's just gonna back away, and he's gonna make Matt and Nick kiss.
And then their earrings get stuck together, and it's the whole thing.
And then the Young Bucks turn into the Young Fucks. So what are we swallowing from SmackDown?
That covers my swallows.
Oh.
So just the Lethal Lovers in the main event.
Yeah.
I'll swallow Roman's promo. I really enjoyed how he, A, went after Goldberg, and B, threw in a little jab that if I was in WCW, it wouldn't have gone out of business because I'm the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Lay tribal chief.
Lay tribal chief.
Lay tribal chief.
Yeah, Roman and Goldberg's promos were good.
Now, fuck Bill.
Okay, I like how Bill at least acknowledged that he's like jumping the shark a little bit. How like people are like tired of Goldberg.
He said, "Oh, people are saying this is my last run." Yeah, please fuck off, Bill. Ain't nobody want to see your old ass go anymore.
I need to see him against Big E. That's all I need.
Fine.
I need that meat getting slapped.
Big meaty man slapping meat.
There's some of that coming up for you in WCW in like a year on your podcast. So
Big E.
no, big meaty
Oh.
men slapping meat.
Oh, okay.
You'll hear about it in roughly sometime in the next 4 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
What are we spitting from SmackDown?
Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. Mainly
Yes.
Cesaro losing. Because what the fuck? Treat that man like the star he is.
Cesaro losing.
Yep.
Sami Zayn in this entire thing.
Yep.
Natalya defeating Aaliyah.
Can I talk
Yep.
about that for a second? So it was a no disqualification match, correct?
Technically, yes.
That does not mean falls count anywhere.
That is correct.
Aaliyah was out of bounds. Therefore, she could not have lost. It drives me
She
fucking.
was-
They do this
She
shit
was
all the time.
out of bounds.
Like, yeah, no disqualification. Like, you can hold on to the submission while they're in the ropes, but you can't win the match while they're outside of the ring, in which Aaliyah was. So I need us to redo that match. We need to
no,
strike that
I'm
from the record
so
books.
fucking sick of seeing Natty versus Aaliyah. I'm done with it.
Yeah, it's every fucking natty match. That's all it is. I'm tired.
Listen,
Exactly. what it is.
Aaliyah spent 16 years in NXT. I think we're ready to move on from Natty.
I saw her puke in person. So
I honestly always forget that happened.
I actually didn't see it live. I didn't see it till after the fact, but I technically I was there. I could have
happened?
smelled it if I tried harder to smell it.
Also, the treatment of the Viking Raiders. I'm spitting that as well.
Yeah, these goddamn
That-
turkey leg axes. Go Minnesota. Like we get it. You're Vikings. Like you can be just like guys like you were as the War Raiders, but now they got to be these cartoon assholes who get kicked and get their ass kicked by the Usos. So like,
I mean, yeah. Also, I'm spinning the fact that where the fuck is Shotzi?
who?
Whoa, whoa,
fucking
whoa,
dare
whoa,
you.
whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm joking. Settle
You
down.
should be.
Just trying to get you all hot and bothered.
She's a fucking national treasure.
She is. Yeah. I remember when she was in a really hot tag team with Ember Moon, and then they split them up, and then made a new tag team, and then released the other one, and then took the other one's last name for no reason.
And her tank.
Yeah, and her tank.
Yeah, no, I remember all of that. It was fucking depressing.
Remember when she was a really organic babyface? Everybody loved her, and they're like, "Hey, let's make her a heel."
Yeah. No, she's my first favorite Filipino. Justin is my second, and Charlie is my last.
Really just last.
So my third.
30% of you is.
Oh, what? Okay.
What? Never mind.
Anything else?
Um.
No Pat McAfee on commentary.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It's a damn shame.
SmackDown, spit or swallow. Oh, I'm spitting the fact that they took pre-taped segments and then pretended like Michael Cole had to run to the back to go do these things live. And just left Corey out there by
Wait.
himself.
Was it pre-taped?
I'm pretty sure it was pre-taped. And
I
they
mean,
just
Corey, where did Michael Cole go then?
he went in the
Probably a
back.
pee.
Yeah, probably went pee, got a drink, sat
Go
on
pull his
Vince's
plug?
lap. Vince bounced him on his knee. Started calling him Austin.
Get molested by Heidenreich?
That's probably because his name is Austin. He's having flashbacks to 1998, and that's why he's so horny for fucking Theory.
Hmm.
God damn it, Austin. Anyway,
I have no
I
retort.
keep wheezing, so I have to mute myself when I laugh now.
Don't you
SmackDown,
dare.
spit or swallow.
Swallow.
Can I like swallow like like when you have cum in your mouth and you like let some of it seep out into your beard, but you swallow like some of it? Gotta do that.
Sure.
I'm not gargling it,
Okay. So you're still swallowing, but there's just a little bit of dribbled out.
Yeah, there's a little in my mustache.
Okay.
Got milk.
Dick duster, flavor saver.
Yep. Dick duster. What?
What they call a mustache.
Who?
People.
Okay.
He said no.
So AEW Dynamite, huh?
Is that where you want to go next?
Yeah, yes, please.
I'm gargling SmackDown as well. Didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. We kick it off, as Warren Hayes called it, with AEW Raw, the MJF celebration. Wardlow unceremoniously gets set up, duty for MJF's cardboard cutouts and no entrance, but then Sean Spears and FTR get all these grand special introductions, and MJF is carried to the ring by 4 guys. He's got 2 women, basically reenacting WrestleMania 9. He kisses one of them, as Katie said, may or may not have been his girlfriend. I can't believe anyone would seriously be in a relationship with that jackass, but you never know. Wardlow continues throughout the segment to get disrespected, as MJF says he did it on his own, and then gives all of the credit to helping him win to Sean Spears, not the guy that brought down the ring and gave it to him so he could cheat and win. CM Punk shows up and he's like, listen, I want a rematch with Wardlow because he's the one that really beat me. And then MJF's like, all right, listen, if you want a rematch against me, you can have it. Oh yeah, Punk didn't come alone. He brought Darby and Sting out to back him up. They were going to go 3-on-4. He's like, tag match. You and any one of your choosing besides the 2 people on the rampway right now, because nobody fucking likes you. He was wrong. And if he wins, he gets his rematch against MJF. Andrade continues his pursuit of Darby, which is actually kind of becoming like a little weird at this point. A little awkward. Darby says, fuck off. I got bigger things to do, like the TNT title. And Andrade's like, all right, fine. You want the TNT title? Well, I'm the next TNT champion, bitch. I'm going to get you one way or another. Okay.
Got him.
Blade, who I forgot was even still hired in AEW, had a singles match for some reason and got beat to shit by Wardlow. Powerbomb Symphony. Sean Spears like, dude, that's enough. I want to come in and do my chair thing. Wardlow was like, fuck you, and just kept powerbombing him. But then he did come in and steal his spotlight because that's what Sean Spears does. Like, that's all he's got at this point. He was a perfect 10. Now he's just a guy who comes in after a match and hits people with chairs. But he does have Cassie as his wife, so you know he's winning. We have the Penta Says vignette that I had to ask the IWC what it was about because I did not know the significance of the mask that he dug up or anything about Penta Dark because I did not watch Lucha Underground or really anything prior to seeing them, the Lucha Bros on AEW. So I was lost, but I learned. Learning's good.
It is.
The more you know. We got an inner circle meeting, which was the most boring, dumb, stupid fucking thing ever. And I took a shit ton of notes, and we're not going to talk about them. Basically, Santana and Ortiz are like, fuck you, Jericho. Jericho's like, but I'm the greatest, and you guys should like me. And I don't understand why you don't like me because I'm Chris Jericho. And they're like, dude, you're a selfish prick. And Jericho's like, yeah, but you should like me. And then Sammy's like, hey, well, maybe. Jericho goes, shut up. And then Sammy's like, all right, dude, I quit once before. I'm out. Like, figure shit out or go. Santana tries to choke Jericho. I think he got a hard on. We're going to get a tag match. Hager and Jericho versus Proud and Powerful.
I didn't know Hager was still signed, by the way. When was the last time we saw him?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I missed not seeing him.
Oh, and attendance is mandatory again. Fuck Chris Jericho. Like,
fuck Chris Jericho.
You need to talk to your girl.
Dude, did you hear when Loki popped off?
Yeah, no, I did, but like, we need to get her straight because Jericho's awful.
I don't know why anyone thinks Chris Jericho's a good person.
I will let her Kenny Omega standing slide and her Young Bucks standing slide, but I cannot let this Chris Jericho standing slide. Like,
no, I legitimately don't understand. And when I was explaining everything to her, she was like, "Yeah, but," I was like, "But what? Fuck off! Stop."
Yeah, he's becoming a parody of himself for sure.
He really is. It's sad.
He is.
Roppongi Vice. Do we ever find out what Roppongi meant? I thought we did.
I looked it up, and then you told me I was wrong anyways.
Pretty sure it's a city, isn't it, in Japan?
They kept saying it on commentary on tonight. It's like a bar or something. I don't know.
Here, I'll research it. Please.
Anyway. They have an interview. Young Bucks and Cole end up dropping Rocky and Trent, and then Jay White shows up. I have no idea who the fuck this guy is, other than the fact that he's got tally marks on his jacket and does Bray Wyatt's finisher because, you know. Isaiah Cassidy loses to the Limitless One, Keith motherfucking Lee, who made his AEW debut. It was the highlight of my week. Listen, fuck everyone who was like, oh, Keith Lee looked winded. Somebody even was like, I try and watch AEW and I turned it on because Keith Lee, and then they had a botch in the match. It's like, listen, botches fucking happen in WWE, in AEW, in New Japan, everywhere you go. It happens. Show me a company that has perfect, flawless matches every single night. No one ever botches. It doesn't exist. They're going to happen. Keith Lee has been out of the ring for what, like 9 months now? Feels like.
Yeah. By the way, dealing with like life-threatening heart issues and
literally almost died, but yeah, he looked winded. Fuck yourself.
If he comes back and he's a little fucking rusty big whoop, he'll get back into the swing of things. Like, and I don't think he did. Like, I thought it was a damn fun match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. He did all his Keith Lee things.
He did the Uncle Phil Beal, which is what he's officially calling it. I loved it. Like,
I love that so
fantastic.
much.
I like jumped out of my seat when that happened. That was hilarious.
It was awesome.
You know, I was super happy to have Keith Lee back and him get the win and qualify for the ladder match that they have.
Face of the Revolution or something.
The coveted
fucking
face
stupid.
of the Revolution. You know, the one that Scorpio Sky won and then nothing came of it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Well, maybe Keith Lee can turn things around when he wins. We got a
Right.
Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa package. This was another big, bulging, throbbing package. FTR loses to CM Punk and Mox. Tully gets involved and hits CM Punk with the dreaded suit jacket. The most dangerous weapon in all of wrestling, the dreaded suit jacket. Mox, kind of a surprise coming out as Punk's partner, but it was fucking cool. It was a good match. Jade defeats AQA to retain her TBS title in an open challenge. We got a Young Bucks and Cole promo, and props to AEW for finally doing something I've been begging them to do for 3 years. Roppongi Vice gets they talk about Roppongi Vice getting wrecked, and then Cole talks about how he's the one that invited Jay White here, and the Bucks are like, hey, are you sure that's a good idea? Like, him and Kenny don't really like each other, and when Kenny comes back, this might be a problem. This is the context I need for stories, because I don't know these things. And a lot of times AEW just assumes, oh, you know everything about New Japan, which I don't read fan fiction. I've told you this, guys. Like, I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't know about ICUP titles and who held what and what Bullet Club fought what fucking gun club. And I know none of this. So giving me context. So when Kenny comes back and he's all butthurt, I'm not like, oh, why is Kenny upset? Like, oh, they don't fucking like each other. They were both leaders of the gun club, like, or the Bullet Club or whatever club. Yeah. That club. One, the Wolf Gun Club. Yeah. That thing. Cool. Got Serena Deeb's Professor's 5-minute rookie challenge. We need a better name for this, but she ends up destroying Katie Arquette, who I believe is related to David, probably like a cousin or something. We got an ass family package. And then Hangman in the main event has a banger of a fucking match with Lance Archer, that Texas death match. Everyone's bleeding. Ropes are getting taken down. Dan Lambert, I still don't know why he's a part of this. What he is existing for, why he's in this, other than the fact that he really just doesn't like the fact that Hangman calls himself a cowboy. And apparently that was enough to get involved. But hey, he was there too. And then Cole comes down. He takes the title from the ref. He hands it to Hangman and pats him on the shoulder. Like, AEW Dynamite, what are we swallowing?
Texas Deathmatch. The way Hangman bounced off the steel steps after that blackout. Oh my God.
Made my butthole pucker up.
I thought Hangman died. Straight up.
Because that first angle, it felt like his back like folded underneath him.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then the buckshot off the fucking ref's bag. You take away this man's top rope, have someone bend down and pick up something. Buckshot lariat.
That was very fun.
Through tables.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a really good match. I'm swallowing that. Keith Lee. I will limitlessly swallow the return of Keith Lee. Fucking fantastic. He's back.
yeah.
I couldn't be fucking happier. All for that.
Love Keith Lee.
So how do you got like you read fan fiction, Kyle? How do you like Jay White? Like, are you a Jay White fan, or because like he's a very divisive person? Like, there are a lot of people who are like the She Elite Showcase where they're like, "Fuck Jay White. Jay White's a piece of shit." Because Savannah loves Kenny,
and that is 99% Savannah.
Okay.
I just don't like Jay White.
No,
she doesn't like him because whatever. I just don't like him. But like, that was an afterthought. I was just like, yeah, cool. Jay White's here, but Keith fucking Lee. Like, nobody gives a fuck about Jay White right now. Keith Lee's there.
Are you a fan of Jay White, or?
I like Jay White. I'm not like his, the president of his
You're not
fan club
Stan?
or anything. I'm not
You're
like
not
a
Stan?
Stan.
He seems like a very like, I don't know where I stand on him yet, other than the fact that fuck you for trying to take Bray's finisher. And then I went and read about it because I wanted to make sure like that's what he was doing, is like he was mocking Sister Abigail, and he's like, well, actually, I lived with Alex Shelley for a while, and Alex Shelley called it the shell shock and gave it to me, and I didn't steal it from Bray White, even though I didn't start doing it until 2017. So like, there's that.
People have been doing that. But Mike Knox did that move before Bray Wyatt.
The fuck?
You remember Mike Knox, right?
Yeah, Kelly's boyfriend.
Yeah,
back in WWE ECW.
The one with the beard.
Yeah, but nobody remembers what the fuck Mike Knox did as a
he
finisher.
Did the Blade Runner and the Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wants to breathe with the fucking switchblade. I don't care.
But yeah, no, like I don't know the guy. I don't know how I feel about him yet. I just noticed he's very, very divisive as far as like
he's
either
very
people love him or hate him.
No,
I will say his abs are fantastic.
He's diced and peeled. Yes.
Like, he's given Finn a run for his money. I thought Finn had some nice abs. Jesus Christ, Jay White has some nice abs.
I would eat Greek yogurt off of all of his abs.
All of them? Not just a single ab, all of them?
No.
Are we smearing the yogurt across the abs, or are you like eating it out of the crevices?
Yeah.
No,
spills to his nipples, and I,
Okay.
So the Bullet Club. No, I do like Jay White, and I like the element he adds to the whole storyline with the splitting of the elite and or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, I mean that I like that because Adam Cole's being like, no, fuck this, fuck Kenny, this is my show now, and Adam Cole's basically starting his own little faction underneath the Young Bucks because the Young Bucks are gonna be without friends once Adam Cole ditches them.
Yeah, well, yeah, it kind of adds an unknown element because I think we all assumed it was going to be basically Undisputed Era versus the Elite, which was Kenny Omega and the Bucks. But now Jay Element's kind of like this X Factor, so it's like we don't really know.
I was never expecting Jay White to show up.
They needed someone to replace Roddy Strong as, Adam Cole's second.
Stop it.
Adam Cole's fourth, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, no, so like you've got Red Dragon, they're the tag team, right? So you need the guy.
By the way, where are they?
Well, Kyle took time off to be with his baby. So
that's right. That is a thing.
Yeah.
So like you got Red Dragon, they're the tag team, and then in a faction, like you got the main event guy, and then you got like the guy behind him. That's like, the Randy Orton that's gonna come up and do some shit. Like, or then eventually Batista, because he broke away from Rick and became the backup guy after Randy left. So yeah, no, Jay White's gonna be like the secondary to Adam Cole, while like Red Dragon's doing Red Dragon shit. Like, I'm cool with that. He's the new Roddy Strong. Good for him.
Love Roddy Strong.
Yeah.
Roddy started his own shit. He's got a whole faction. He's got a mouthpiece. Like Ivy Niles, his second. Like she's right behind him. Yeah.
The coolest.
Little fucking pit bull over there.
Big fan.
I'm also swallowing FTR versus CM Punk and Mox. That was a damn good tag match, even though they don't pay any attention to fucking tag rules whatsoever. Give a shit that tag rules exist. It was still fucking fun.
Mm-hmm.
The paradigm shift GTS simultaneously, beautiful. It was so smooth. It was crazy.
CM Punk and Mox did a Doomsday device.
Like they're cool. That's awesome.
Are we swallowing anything else?
Just to add to that, I saw something on Twitter Like I don't know if it was the last time CM Punk and Dean Ambrose had a match in WWE, but CM Punk wore those tights the last match they had, and there was like a spot, like the spot where they were back to back. They did that in their last
I saw
WWE
that too.
match. So it was cool little callbacks to that, which I didn't
And
pick up during the thing.
it's also fun that Mox was the guy to come out for CM Punk because CM Punk is the one that says he created the idea of the Shield, and Seth, Dean, and then what was supposed to be Chris Hero were his three original guys that were going to be a part of the Shield. So of anybody backstage in AEW to come out and be CM Punk's tag team partner, Mox being the guy was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was awesome.
I was kind of hoping for Colt Cabana because I thought that would be interesting. But
You're a terrible person.
I hope that happens sometime.
All right. AQA.
Got signed.
The match. Yeah, she got fucking signed. The match was, I mean, Jade has definitely gotten better.
This was not her best
perfect,
match.
but not her best match. But AQA, Jesus.
Yeah.
She was great. I'm so happy. And I'm happy Tony Khan actually decided to sign more women. Weird. Guarantee she won't be on fucking TV ever, but you know.
You think that, because I'm sure TC or Reek, if they were watching, would have covered this and said it, but do you think that AQA and Keith Lee got signed in February to, kind of make up for the whole Big Swole thing?
Possible.
It's like when WWE pushed Jake Atlas and Mercedes Martinez during Gay Pride
Month. Yeah.
Yeah. And then released them right after.
Yeah. All right.
I'm still pissed about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Which is why we talk about how WWE is just as fucked up.
I always say if you're gonna hate on one company, you should hate on the other for doing the exact same shit. Like we said earlier, keep the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Fuck AEW and fuck WWE. They both suck.
Everyone's like whatever wrestling you like. No, hate whatever wrestling you like. Like if you want to hate AEW, hate AEW, but make sure you hate WWE for the same reasons. Like
I hate both companies for similar and different reasons, but I still watch both products, so whatever.
I mean, Serena Deeb's fantastic. I enjoyed her.
Yeah.
She beat her in a minute. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was quick. Anything else?
The Wardlow storyline, big fan of that. The parallels, the Batista Triple H deal, the same kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's dragging at this point. Like, I want it to be significant. I want it to mean something. So I want MJF to win the title, but I feel like this has been going on a very, very long time. And every time we're about to get there, again, they're edging me, and I'm not a fan, and they just take it away.
I was gonna say, you literally told me last week or whenever, I was like, oh, like Wardlow's gonna turn on Max soon, it's gonna be great, and you were like, no, it needs to be significant, and now you're mad that it's taking too long.
Both things can be true.
So they brought up something a few weeks ago that, like, in Wardlow's contract or whatever, if Wardlow wins a championship, then he has to give it to MJF. So I think what's going to happen is Wardlow is going to win some sort of title, and then it's going to be some sort of thing where MJF asks for it, and Wardlow's going to be like, "Oh no, brother," or however he talks.
Wow. Sorry. One more time.
Wait,
no,
hold on,
brother.
I didn't realize that Wardlow was Hawaiian.
I think he is. Call in if you disagree. But
I'm looking at Wardlow.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He's not Hawaiian. He's white.
I know, but now I'm curious.
No, but I think he's probably gonna win like the TNT title or something.
He's gonna win the FTW title.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
there you go.
Yeah.
What are we spitting from Dynamite?
I'm spitting. Speaking of the TNT title, why does Sammy Guevara still have 2 belts?
Because he's Sammy Guevara.
Oh, I'm spitting that whole Inner Circle Summit bullshit.
I'm swallowing one specific part of that.
Where Jericho got choked?
No. Even though Jade Cargill said choking is okay. Neither here nor there. But I'm swallowing Santana and Ortiz. Because they need to get the fuck away from him immediately. And Santana, fantastic on the mic when he actually gets to talk. And Ortiz too, like, they don't get to talk ever. So finally hearing them talk and be like, yo, Jericho, fuck you. We're sick of this. We've been sick of this. Santana's like, the only reason I didn't beat your ass weeks ago is because Ortiz, which Ortiz let him beat his ass. The fuck?
I mean, I tweeted it out and then it happened. I said, this is going to be 10 minutes of Jericho name dropping and sucking himself off. And that's exactly what it was. And even more so, he was like, listen, I don't hate you guys because you're Hispanic. I know Eddie Guerrero and also Homicide and Hernandez. Like, I know Hispanic people. Just because my wife went to the Capitol riots doesn't mean like we don't like you. Yeah, I voted for Trump. It doesn't mean anything. Like, that's what this whole thing was. It was
I missed that part of the promo.
fucking terrible. He literally goes, he went on about how Santana reminds him of Eddie Guerrero because Eddie Guerrero had a bad temper. And then he goes,
blames people for everything. Like,
yeah, way to shit on Eddie's legacy. Good job. And
stupid
then
prick.
He's like, I think I got the wrong members of LAX. I wonder what Homicide and Hernandez are doing. Like, they would fucking work for you.
Fuck you. Get your ass out of here. I'm sorry. Get your ass out of here.
There it is.
For Justin. There it is. There it is.
I'm also spitting Andrade pursuing Darby in a creepy manner.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And now deciding he's going to win a title to make Darby love him. Like,
We gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah, but do you?
Yeah, you're right. Where's Chavo Guerrero? I miss him.
He's been gone for months.
Golfing.
Bro. Okay.
Because they split them up. Oh, because he's Kerwin White.
There you go.
Sorry.
Wow.
My brain short circuited there for a second. Okay.
I watched your brain fry.
If it ain't white, it ain't right. As I say. That's Kerwin.
That's what he said.
I didn't say
I
that.
know. I still don't like it.
You know what? Speaking of that, Kerwin White would be the perfect manager for Inner Circle at this point.
What?
Like, you let Kerwin White come in with, if you ain't white, you ain't right, and have him manage Jericho and be part of the Inner Circle in this feud with Santana and Ortiz.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the Inner Circle, the people who are left in the Inner Circle are Hager and Jericho. Sammy left too.
Exactly.
All the Latinos said, gotta go. Gotta blast.
Yeah.
Overall, AEW Dynamite, spit or swallow?
Swallow.
I'll give her a swallow.
Hell yeah, we're swallowing Keith Lee.
Even though the Texas Death Match wasn't a Texas Death Match, but
Okay.
Why wasn't it a Texas Death Match?
Because the Texas Death Match, you have to pin your opponent before the count starts.
That is true.
As Sandman and Cactus Jack did,
and we watched that match together.
Did we? Okay, I was trying to remember if that was the episode we did.
Yes,
that was the one where they're both on cocaine and just beat each other with chairs and stuff. That's most of
toilet
ECW,
seat.
I guess.
Or no, the toilet seat was the Terry Funk match with the Cactus Jack.
It all blends together.
Yeah.
They're all the same match.
So we're swallowing Dynamite, despite the fact that it wasn't technically really a Texas Death Match. But I mean, it's not like Lance Archer's from Texas or anything would know that. So,
yeah, where's he from?
Texas.
Oh, you're doing a thing. I see.
That was the joke. Yeah.
Oh, I see. We're all having fun.
AEW Rampage. Kick it off with the Bucks versus Roppongi Vice.
You just assume I want to go to Rampage next?
It's the only thing left.
I would like to revisit Raw, actually.
That's not happening.
Okay.
Danhausen comes out with the curse on the Young Bucks. Apparently, his curse is ineffective. It's not very effective because this is the second week in a row he's cursed someone and they have not lost. Bucks end up getting the win. OC drops Cutler after the match, and the Young Bucks give him a super kick party for his trouble. And then Trent runs off the Bucks, and it's Jay White again. And Jay White does Bray Wyatt's finisher, and everyone cheers. Or as I put in my notes, the Blade Runner is a less cool Sister Abigail.
Is it because he didn't kiss him on the forehead first?
100%.
Okay. That's where all the power comes from.
How do you know it's a finisher if you don't kiss him on the forehead before you... Anyway.
That's a
we got a Daniel Bryan interview that I did not really pay attention to, but at some point, Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty showed up, and Lee's like, hey, stop talking about me, bitch. Let's have a match. And Daniel Bryan's like, good. Someone with some balls. You've seen mine. I'm going to kick yours.
I don't think that's what was said at all.
That's 100% what was said. And you do remember when Daniel Bryan's balls fell out, right?
I remember
No.
Finn Balor's balls falling out.
No, Daniel Bryan's nuts fell out of his trunks in WWE. One of his nuts, not both of them.
Just one. Just one.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Which one?
100%.
I don't. Which one?
The right one.
Okay.
Tommy
All right. What's the left one called?
Lee Jones.
Why is it just on the top of your dome?
I have no idea.
It's like you're waiting for me to ask that.
I really was. Literally, I said
Yeah.
Tommy, and I was like, he's going to ask me what the other one is. What the fuck am I going to say? And the first thing that came to my mind was Lee Jones, because I knew you were going to ask.
I would have thought pickles, but go ahead.
Then we go from there to Britt getting her ass licked and then defeating
What?
Robin Renegade.
Fuck what? Okay.
You didn't see that? So Robin Renegade is a twin, and her twin sister tweeted out that her sister was going to be on Dynamite and lick some ass. She meant to type kick some ass, but
Oh.
mistweeted it. And CM Punk then retweeted it and said, I couldn't promote this match any better myself. So
There we go.
I love that.
yeah, so Robin licks some ass and Britt gets the win. Goes to put her in the lockjaw with the glove on because obviously licking ass is not hygienic, and dentists are not about that shit. Rosa shows up, attacks Britt, and ends up getting dropped. And then Mercedes and Hayter are really upset that each other exist. They're fighting for Britt's love. Even though Mercedes is a hired hitman and not like a Britt Baker friend. So I don't know why Jamie's so jealous.
I don't think either of them are friends, really. I think they're both kind of hired hitmans, hit women's.
Maybe they're competing. They're competing for a hit,
Butch battle?
like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh, I never caught that one.
Of course not. You've never seen a movie in your life. Then we got the Layla and Chris package. So Chris says she doesn't blame Layla for her parents leaving her in a gulag in Russia to be adopted because you suck. And Layla's like, listen, I prayed every night to be adopted from that gulag. What's your story? Well, she's a fucking alien and she had to move from her home planet to Earth. So that's a little harder than getting adopted in Russia. Just saying.
Harder.
Don't come after Chris. Love me some Chris Statlander. Hook got sent. Hook defeated Blake Lee. People cared for some reason. Then in our main event, Jurassic Express, even though I put down JP instead of JE, defeat the Ass Boys. It is very clear who the favorite Ass Boy is because one got the really good Shawn Michaels cosplay and one got the leftover Shawn Michaels cosplay.
Yeah.
Billy and Christian are fighting outside during the match. Jungle Boy ends up hitting the kill switch for the win because he stole Christian's finisher because
Well, Christian was right there, so it's okay.
handed down to him, stole
He
it, adopted it. Yeah, like
Unlike
Layla.
Oh.
Oh my god, you're both terrible.
It didn't take as long for Jungle Boy to adopt that finisher as it did for Layla to get adopted. That's all I'm saying. Rampage, what are we swallowing?
Roppongi Vice and Bucks. Love me some Tremperetta.
By the way,
Danhausen appeared.
Roppongi is a district of Minato, Tokyo, Japan, famous for the affluent Roppongi Hills development area and popular nightclub scene.
So is that like the red light district in Amsterdam?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Same
Okay.
effect.
Same thing. All right. I'm familiar as a Dutch person with the existence of the red light district and hookers. So
As a
like, I
Dutch
get it.
person.
Yeah. I saw Euro Trip.
Part Dutch. Part Dutch.
Oh, one movie you've seen. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of times.
Did you say road trip or Euro trip?
Euro Trip.
Okay. Did you see road trip?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
What's the one with Ice Cube? That's
that is not. the
Are
movie
we
we're
there
talking about.
yet?
Oh
Yeah,
shit, yeah.
that is
They call it a
nowhere
road
near what
trip,
we're talking about.
So it's like,
They're
you know.
different movies.
Completely different movies. Road Trip has Tom Green in it. Are you familiar with the existence of a man called Tom Green?
Yeah, that's wait, no, that's Tom Arnold. No, I don't know who Tom
Oh
Green
my
is.
god. Okay. Anyway,
Speaking of
We'll
Tom
have to-
Arnold.
we'll have to have a conversation afterwards.
I'm pretty much actually swallowing the whole show. Like the Bucks and Roppongi Vice was good. Britt versus Robin Renegade was actually a really good, fun match. I enjoyed the shit out of
Mhm.
that. Layla and Chris's package was fun and oddly like insulting, but entertaining as shit. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus the Ass Boys. Again, fun. Oh, no, I do have one spit. There's one thing during the show that I'm spitting, swallowing everything else.
I wonder what it is that you're spitting. I already know, I think.
I'm trying to remember what happened on Rampage. I literally just watched it.
And I literally just ran down the
You
entire
literally just ran it
show.
down.
Oh, well, I'm stupid, so.
Well, golly gee. You should be paying attention.
Oh, was it the Jay White thing?
That did happen. He did
Is that-
show
No.
up.
Is that what you're spitting?
You're spitting
No,
Hook.
no,
Oh.
I'm spitting Hook
Yeah.
Oh, why are you spitting Hook?
because I'm not a fan of wrestling's Justin Bieber.
Justin
Like,
Bieber,
I don't
yep.
get it. I don't get it. He doesn't do it for me.
He
Yeah.
constantly looks sleepy.
So he does. He really does. Like, I feel like
Past
he
his
should
bedtime.
have Wendy Chu's gimmick. Like, it would work.
The bedhead, his eyes are just like this. Like,
He literally looks like Taz woke him up from a nap. He walked down, wrestled the match, went back, took a nap. Like, Taz
Yeah.
hands him a bottle as he walks through the curtain. He drinks the bottle, goes to sleep.
chugs the bottle.
No, I
I
just-
want to like Hook. I'm kind of with you though. He's just he is. He's Justin Bieber. He's not
Yeah.
threatening at all.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where people hype something up so much that I just,
Overhyped.
because there was no reason for them to hype it up. They're just like, oh my God, Hook, send Hook. I love Hook, blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong. It's fucking
All the
CM
hookers.
Phil, as Warren puts it, CM Phil's fault for doing it because he made the catchphrase. But yeah,
He
no,
said
like
it once.
you
if only
had-
he knew the phenomenon that would sprout out of that.
Honestly.
yeah, no, his
Fucking
fan
Phil.
base called themselves hookers before he even had a match and all this shit. And I
Hate
was just like
that.
over it
Hate everything about that.
before it even happened. So
You guys have no self-respect. You're gonna call yourself hookers. Like
I mean,
that's
I have nothing against hookers.
no, I don't either. But
I'm
just
like
saying.
Jesus.
I do. I hate
What the
hookers.
fuck?
Jesus
How are
hung
you
out with
like
hookers.
What?
You didn't know that?
I'm not religious. What?
Read the Bible.
I'm not
Jesus,
Fuck you, I'm not reading the Bible. I don't have
Jesus,
time.
Jesus hung out with hookers.
Show me where.
I will. Mary Magdalene was a hooker. Jesus' best friend.
Oh,
Not his mom is a different Mary. This is Mary Magdalene, completely different
no,
person.
I understand
Yeah.
that, but like I don't know.
Yeah. Jesus hung out with prostitutes. Like, he was a cool dude.
I mean, I got nothing against hookers or prostitutes. Like, y'all do you. Make that money.
Prostitutes.
So like cater tots.
No, fuck you.
Oh, I won't do that to you. I won't do that to you.
Tell me after. Don't do it on the recording. Tell me after.
All right.
Distract me a little bit.
So I'm spitting Hook. Are you guys spitting anything from Rampage?
I'm also spitting hook because I just don't care.
I like Hook. He's fun. I'm looking forward to see what he does after all these squash matches. But
When he
If he
grows
does
up
anything.
and doesn't have to take a nap before every match.
look, this dude is 15 years old. Let's give him 10 years and see where he's at.
I literally said out loud to myself, I was like, why is the 17-year-old on my screen right now wrestling? I don't understand.
Do your homework, young man.
It is a school night. Technically. Fridays? Yeah.
He's
I don't
Taz's
know.
kid. He's not passing high school anyway.
That's true.
Overall, AEW Rampage, spit or swallow.
Swallow.
I'll chug it.
You chug it. All right.
Chug a lot.
Kyle, what was your favorite show this week?
Boy, howdy. That is a great question, Pretty Ritty.
He's been trying to get that over. It just doesn't stick.
And
I think it's funny.
Nobody says it with me. I like that.
I'd say Kenny would pick it up, but Kenny doesn't listen to this show. So.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I hate when that happens.
I'm just a piece of meat to him.
I feel that. Okay.
I did like NXT for whatever reason. I just like the vibe of NXT this week. AEW Dynamite was also good, so it's between those two. But I'm gonna go with NXT.
All right. Cater thought.
Disrespectful. Dynamite.
Dynamite. I am going to agree with Katie. We got Keith Lee. Keith Lee wins the week. Dynamite.
Bask
Yep.
in his fucking glory.
Yeah, but he was out of shape, so like
you shut your bitch mouth.
It's all jokes, folks.
As per the Smackin' Raw podcast, AEW Dynamite is the best show of the week. This was fun. I don't even know what the fuck Clusterfuck 3.0, I guess, is what we're gonna call this one.
I come on here
It
to ruin
might
your show.
have to be. It might have to be
Like,
Clusterfuck
every-
3.0.
There's some wrestling in there.
Clusterfuck Kyle, like I don't.
Kyle Sterfuck. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
workshop it.
All right.
It's like every time you come on, it's a new Clusterfuck episode. Like,
I mean, he was a part of the first one.
and the second.
Yeah, Charlie's in my basement, so we couldn't record this one. So.
Oh God.
Why don't you tell them about the episode that you did with Katie Cater Thought from the She Elite Showcase, covering TNA 05 and all the other fun shit you do over at the Apron Bump podcast.
Yes, the Apron Bump podcast. Do a bunch of retro shit over there. Had Katie Cater Tot on my most recent episode, TNA Genesis 2005. We'll have Pretty Ritty on the next TNA episode. Turning Point, is that what it is? Yeah.
I don't know, you haven't sent me the link yet, so.
It's in 2 months. Who cares?
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, WWF, WCW, ECW, Ring of Honor, all that stuff. Lots of variety over there. Apronbump.com for all my episodes or wherever you listen. YouTube as well. Apron Bump on Twitter for all my shenanigans and whatnots and who's the doozles. But yeah, Apron Bump podcast. Big smooches all around and tickle, take a tickle.
We apologize to anyone that Kyle offended today.
Hell, we all know Smackin' It Raw podcast. My buzz is worn off, so my Asian accent isn't as good.
Hey, you didn't walk away to go pee once, and I'm proud of you because
I pissed my pants 5 times during this episode.
my actual co-host couldn't fucking stay on the screen for more than 5 minutes last week, so I appreciate it.
And not me.
No,
The fake Pornhub Bobby.
the one that doesn't have his own podcast and is literally just on this one. Well, he does have he's got straight
Talk.
talk.
Straight
Yes,
talk.
How dare
I
you?
meant his own wrestling podcast. Like you have your own wrestling podcast, and you come over here and help us out.
Yeah.
I do.
This is his home. He's officially on the website. He's part of Creation World, and he was too busy getting a foot job to be on the show last week for more than 5 minutes.
There was something.
Hey man.
Cater Tot.
I ain't hating.
She Elite Showcase
Okay.
dropped.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't breathe today. I don't know what's going on. Follow me on Twitter at KaterAsson13. There's a link tree in my bio to get all things She Elite Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, most of the time, except when I don't feel like doing it Thursdays at this point. I don't care. It's my show. YouTube, I always say watch the video version because they're way more entertaining. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Just dropped the new She Elite Showcase, a new episode of Inside the Mind of with Queen PR from Those Wrestling Girls is coming out on Monday. A little Valentine's Day treat for the people, because if I can't get love, I have to give love to the fans. Ta-da!
Okay.
And there was supposed to be another show, but I'm getting ditched for the Super Bowl, basically. So it'll happen sometime this month.
Go Whalers.
Also, you guys can catch them live on Twitch at roughly 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern every
Whatever the
Thursday.
fuck they feel like it, okay? Just like wait till they
You
tell you to
should come join me in the live chat, have some fun, talk some shit. They had a great segment. It was making a mixed match tag team out of one legend and one current superstar. We had a fucking blast coming up with ideas. Definitely worth watching just for that segment alone. It was really fun, and it would be way more fun if you guys were in the chat with me. So definitely come check them out live. It is well worth the watch.
Matt's my biggest and only fan. So
I'm a fan of the She Elite Showcase. Sometimes I don't
where the
listen
fuck
live.
were you on Thursday,
I
Kyle?
listen on demand on Castbox. I'm trying to think of like stupid podcast platforms.
Fuck out of here.
To be fair, this Thursday you competed with Smacked Raw,
Everybody and their mother. at
those
this
wrestling
point.
girls doing Thirsty Thursdays, Warren Hayes, and Impact. So
Honestly, I hate doing Thursdays.
Yeah.
Real talk.
And shout out to
And-
Jaylan for winning the trivia night.
That, and I think I'm going to be on March's Thursday.
There you go.
Hmm. Hell
Getting
no.
drunk on a podcast couldn't be me.
No.
Not at all. Never.
I am the Warden, Matt Ritter. You guys can find me on Twitter at Matt Ritter. That's at MATTRIDDER. Also, Twitter and Instagram, Smackin' Raw Pod. I run the Twitter. Vince runs the Instagram. CreationWorld.com, Facebook.com/CreationWorld, at The Creation World on Twitter and Instagram, THECREATIA World.com. That's where you guys find all of our shit. And of course, for Pretty Kyle, Cater Tot, I am the Warden, Matt Ritter. This has been the Smackin' Raw Podcast, the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
Thank you. Come again.